morning, everybody. I'm trying this again for the second time. I had a number of people going, we can't see you live. So I'm starting again. So a very warm welcome for the second time to the Goal Masters 10-minute webinar series. The whole idea behind that is that a lot of people have been asking me, what's a master goal? Because it's so new, it's so innovative. It's not easy to explain in just a few words. So I thought I would put together the series of 10-minute webinars to give you some insights, but more importantly, to give you some ideas as to how you can set and, more importantly, achieve your goals, do things differently. Because the world has moved on from the old-fashioned, outdated modes of goal setting. We've moved into the 21st century. Life is very, very different. So I thought what I would do today, as well as giving you some insights into what a master goal is, but also look at why what you've done previously might not have worked as well for you as you would have liked. Just by way of quick introduction, my name is Heather Barry, for those of you who don't know me. I'm the creator of the Master Goals Framework, the founder of Effective Entrepreneurs, and I'm a one-time accountant. I've been a politician, an ongoing coffee entrepreneur, and many other things besides. And all this rich entrepreneurial experience has given me a lot of opportunity to learn and grow, and then to inspire other people to set the right goals, to do the things that will get them to where they really want to be. So in essence, what is a master goal? It's robust, it's a framework, it's robust, it's based on your individual strengths. And this works for entrepreneurs as well as for organizations, for teams. It's dynamic, it's highly adaptable, and it's a goal setting and, more importantly, achievement framework. So let's have a little look. As I say, you might have come to the end of 2024 and kind of not been where you wanted to be, what you said at the beginning of the year, not quite. It might be a better place, it might be a different place, but you're where you are. So let's have a little look at why you might have been let down previously by how you might have set your goals before. I used the MASTER acronym here, and that's merely just to give me a little bit of a guide. These are not necessarily steps from a master goal. So minimal insights in that it doesn't really look at who you are, how you function, the people in your team, the people around you. And you really need to have that understanding before you can set the right goal and set on that path to doing it. They make assumptions that it's a linear route from where you are now to where you want to get to. And of course, life isn't like that. So they're also quite restrictive. So, opportunities sort of come into your world. There's opportunities for innovation, but also opportunities to collaborate, perhaps. So what about those what ifs? How do you adapt? It also assumes that you live personally in a static environment. And of course, we all know that's not true. So how can you, as things in your own world change, how can you very quickly adapt where you're heading and how you're going to get there? I also feel there's a sense of sort of tunnel vision. It's very focused on specific metrics. But again, life's not like that. And why does it always just have to be a specific financial or numeric outcome? There's so much more. Let's make this a much more rich experience, your whole goal setting experience more rich. And one of my big things, and this really got me into the whole goal setting thing, is about action and accountability. Because once you set your goal, if you don't know how you're going to get there, and you don't have somebody in your corner to help you get there in those difficult times, how is it that you're going to get to where you want to be? So if you found that these are some of the things that have been frustrating you, then let's look at something a little bit different. So what does enable really good goal achievement, setting the right goal in the first place, but then actually doing what needs to be done to get there? And I like to think of meaningful engagement is that really understanding who you are, the people around you, how do you function best? Because again, that can really help you do what needs to be done to get to where you want to be. Because the greater you understand where your superpowers lie, what gets in the way of achievement, if you understand that. So it's engaging with yourself to understand that. Start to use more adaptive thinking. It's like, what are the what ifs? If something changes here or an opportunity arises, is this goal adaptable? Can I quickly change things? Because if you think about it, often when you set a goal, they're often in isolation. But actually, if you have a more substantial framework where you can kind of go, oh, here's an opportunity or something has changed, how can I very quickly adapt? Agility is a big word in our lives these days, and we really need to have something that enables that. Radical innovation, there's opportunities that come up all the time. Are you robust enough? Are things adaptable enough that you can start to look at different ways of doing things as well? So not only things coming in, can I try something new? What happens if I do this? That would be amazing to be able to just bake that in to your goal setting and achievement right from the get-go. Also, that strategic agility. So as I say, you're not just in that sort of tunnel vision. It's more strategic in terms of the wider picture. And that moves on to the next one, is that total vision. What is your overall vision? What are the strategies that I'm going to use to get there? And it's much more all-encompassing. And again, coming back to this thing around the actions that you need to take in order to get there. So really making sure. But the other thing is that if you're setting these actions and deciding what it is that you need to do, you need to make sure that you have a way of coming back to it. So there needs to be that process of reflection and continually refining to keep you on track, because it's so easy. And this is the thing I have with resolutions, is it's so easy for people to just write something down and stick it in a drawer and not come back to it. So what's going on when you are setting the goal, but really going about achieving it? So what can you do next? How can you make a difference in 2025? So I'd love you to just over the holiday time, take a little bit of time out for yourself, do a bit of meaningful reflection. Look at where you've got to at the end of 2024. Was it where you were aiming for? Is it a joyful place? Are you ready for 2025? Just look back and then assess what happened. If things didn't work out the way you wanted to, just have a little look back and see what you could have done differently, what you could be changing, so that you can look forward and do things differently. Revitalize now, basically off the back of this conversation, revitalize and change perhaps where it is that you might be heading in 2025. And then start to embed some new strategies. Let's find a different way of doing this, but also strategize about how you're actually going to achieve what you want to do and how are you going to stay on track. Time mastery is always an interesting one. Time management. We've all got the same 24 hours in a day, but it's what we do with that time. And how do we look after that time to make sure, is what I want to achieve, is it actually possible in the time that I have? Or do I need to look at outsourcing? So again, if you have a really robust framework, you can look at how you most effectively manage the time that you have. And then also take the opportunity to assess your strengths. What are your superpowers? What are you really good at? Where do you need some help? So I hope that these ideas have given you some food for thought as you go into 2025. And I'd love to offer you that if you have a little bit of time in January, is to come and join us live to do a day. Hopefully the live will go better than the one that we've done today. And that you can join us for 3 hours. It's going to be a masterclass in setting that robust and delicious and really all-encompassing goal for 2025. But also, once you've learned how to set and achieve a master goal, you can actually take that on forwards through the year. But what I'd love to, if you think about, yes, it's a £49 investment, but if you think about, if you had done in that reflection that you do back on 2024, if there was one thing you could have done slightly better, if you'd landed one more client, if you've done one more interview, that's worth far more than £49 and a little bit of your time. But the great thing is, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to throw in a whole month's worth of accountability if you sign up for that. And because it's been a bit of a strange day, I haven't quite managed to put the finer details onto that landing page to sign up for that, but I will do that in the next hour, and I will put it into the comments below the live that you're watching here on LinkedIn. But I want to thank you for the time that you've spent with me this morning. Thank you for the extra little 10 minutes for the false start that we had earlier. I really appreciate that. We're going to be running these every Thursday, and I really inspire you to just embrace how amazing you are at what you do, but lean into all those good things in life that will enable you to thrive in 2024.